Hey, good morning. This is part 2 of the Dave Campbell short series on strategy. How we're going to defeat the Kleptocrats and increase the value of the superpower. So, money. We're going to talk about money, the different systems that it's being funneled through, legitimate systems, and how the illegitimate or the criminal element, the white collar element, has and is corrupting those systems. So we're going to identify. Yesterday we identified what we're going to do. We're going to set up the battlefield by describing who the different sides are, the Kleptocrats versus the superpower, bad guys versus good guys. And next we're going to look at all of the systems that the goal of commerce and the goal of thugs being money is used to, how all those systems operate, and the end game, the outcome. There we go. The outcome of crime and the outcome of doing things the right way. So if you're a good guy, a superpower in business and commerce, right, and in governance, your objective is going to be to do your job well, increase your presence in society, because if you're in business, obviously it's a competitive system, so you want to increase your position. So you're not a thug if you're a good guy. So what you do as a good guy is you rely on academics and best practices, don't you? You rely on academics, processes, experienced people. You're a creator. You create new ways to do things. Okay, let's flip that and look at how the bad guys what their goal is. I want more money. Victor, get me more money. So Victor puts a guy inside, his sister's husband or whatever, and he got his degree at U of M, let's say. And so he's working and helping the bad guys to do what? Look for weaknesses to exploit the laundering of money. If he's in a bank, he does that. If he's an actuary, he does that in a manner of putting the information, the data in a way that it will benefit his cronies or his family. And they're not interested in building society. They're interested in building their presence in among the thieves. I mean, basically. So you got people who are using the same systems that we do, the good guys do, and are trying to use creativity. And you have the bad guys who are using brute force at the far end of their spectrum. They send in brute force, but at the where they have to work as an intellectual or an academic, they use underhanded, colluding, sly means, right? And their objective is always to get more money faster. So you have, essentially, what you have is a creator the good guy, and you have a destroyer, the bad guy. Right? So every movie you've ever seen about good guys and bad guys, what happens? Well, if the movie's true, the good guys always win. And you know why that is? I can just tell you why the good guys always win. I mean, they have to go through a lot of terrible things, right, to finally defeat these kleptocrats and these killers and these murderers and these thieves. Because people in general in society aren't wired for crime. They understand intellectually, intuitively, spiritually, morally that it's good to take care of other people, because that's why we shake hands, we exchange common courtesies. Those simple things are attributes of people with common sense and a common respect for people in general. So, I mean, not that thugs don't have their little groups and their high five moments and their, oh, Victor, let's go celebrate. Oh, we'll go to the brothel. Yeah. And other disgusting and demeaning things to other humans they do in their spare time, because they're just brutes. You know, basically what you have is in a kleptocrat mind, Trump is the perfect picture of a kleptocrat. You know, his characteristics, his mean face, you know, all his hidden stories about women, and you know, he won't reveal his texts. They don't play by the rules, basically. So you got good guys versus bad guys. You're going to go from there to, all right, now what, Dave? What are we going to do now? You saying these people are infiltrating our governance and our commercial boards and all these places. Well, here's what we're going to do. A superpower builds a value chain. Okay? A kleptocrat sacks or loots from the value chain. They don't. The outcome is the key. Outcomes. Outcomes is where I wanted to go. Outcomes is the key. All you have to do to find criminal activity is see the outcomes, and you'll know that there are shenanigans going on. You do that through accounting, but now we have accounting systems and all kinds of ways to hide numbers and shred documents and blah blah blah. So that is harder to do today, but now they have systems they use, IT systems. They use laws like the Sarbanes-Oxley Act, which help position colluding board members to make decisions on stocks and all kinds of things, logistics. I mean, when you have the access to data and can ascertain a big picture today, like we can with our IT, every advantage that these thugs can develop to find ways to make money for nothing and get your chicks for free, they do. So I'm afraid what's happened is the good guys, in many ways, because the good guys want to retire and they want to invest in stocks. The good guys have been persuaded by the system to turn a blind eye, because it's a personal investment of their good labor. They invested in stocks. When they find out their stock is bad, or it's attached to blood money, what are they going to do? They're going to go, well, crap. Now I got to work harder if I say something. You're getting the idea. The bad guys have got the good guys invested through money. And that is one of the hardest things that we're going to have to take care of. And that's why I go right directly to stocks. We've got to rebuild the stock system and the banking system. So I'm going to wrap this up. First video, we talked about setting the stage, good guys versus bad guys, Superpower versus the Kleptocrats. Today we talked about the different parts of the value chain that good guys are trying to creatively restore, always build, use best practices, introduce good innovations, find new ways, new markets. They're always doing the right thing, trying to increase their market share and their presence in the market. And that's capitalism. That's good. The bad guys, they look at a value chain and they go, ha, how can I get more money out of this value chain right now? And do it underhandedly with my cousin Victor. Listen, Kleptocrats, I'm going to tell you again, we're going to identify every Victor, every Jaco, every bad guy. And we're going to embarrass you, because I'm going to associate kleptocracy with idiots, with brain-dead thugs. Okay, Dave, you're so negative on your website. You are just so, you're a brute, Dave Edge. You're a bully. Okay. If somebody breaks into your house, what are you going to do? Pour them a cup of tea? No, guys. The bad guys have broken into our house, the USA. And right now, what we got to do, we got to find every one of them. And I tell you right now, I'm pouring. This video is a cup of tea. It's a little comfortable cup of tea. It's a cookie. It's almost like a birthday cake, because if and when, well, I'm just gonna say when my programs are rolling, Cash Initiative especially. All right, these guys are gonna say, "Holy cow! How did he do that? How did one guy bring shame to all of us thugs?" Well, I didn't do it all myself. I won't do it all myself. And that's the difference between a narcissistic loser, thug murderer, and a good guy. A good guy says, I have limited scope, I have limited intelligence, I have limited vision, and I absolutely rely on other people. I have to perfect the skills that I have, and some I don't even know I have yet, right? I need organizations to do that. I need a value chain. I need a country. I need leaders I can trust, and I need to be treated fairly. And that's what a value chain, a superpower, a constitution like the United States Constitution does. Guys, we're going to take our message global. We're gonna put it into practice here in the United States, and with the Cash Initiative, these programs are viable and they can be duplicated all over the world in every community. And we're going to start a movement and put down kleptocracy. Dave out.